This is Mike Arnold. I'm back in the United States with some of my dear friends and brothers who are part of what I call the sleeping giant, the mighty Nigerian diaspora population around the world. This giant is waking up, and good things will come of it. Just yesterday, President Donald Trump declared Nigeria a country of particular concern. A lot of people have worked very hard on this for a very long time, and it's going to give tools to the United States and other countries to apply pressure to the government of Nigeria to start to clean things there. Now, what Trump said next is even more important. He said this is just the beginning. I believe that there are investigations, there are indictments, and who knows what else coming down. The Nigerian leaders who have been complicit or profited from or intentionally turned a blind eye to this genocide, this Holocaust, the light is coming. You will be found and you will be brought to justice. My friends in Nigeria, what happened yesterday is spiritually like the parting of the Jordan River. Promised land lies ahead, a new Nigeria of righteousness and peace and prosperity. The battle is just starting now. Do not be afraid. God is on our side. A new Nigeria is coming. Thank God.
Thank you, my brother. My name is Evans Nwankwo. I am from Cincinnati, Ohio. I was born in Nigeria. Nigeria was a very beautiful country until the extremists, backed up by the British government, turned it into a dark nation. And we all know that there's only one thing that could drive away darkness, and that is light. Yesterday, President Trump just shone a big floodlight on the nation. This nation has turned to be an evil nation. And I say that every evil has an expiration date. Yesterday, President Donald J. Trump just stamped expired on the evil that's going on in Nigeria. Thank you, President Trump, and over 125 million Christians in Nigeria say thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me begin by thanking God in a special way for this development that the President of the United States of America, President Donald J. Trump, has put Nigeria back on the list of countries of particular concern. And I also have to thank our brother here, Mike Arnold, and his close friend, Gibbs, and also in a special way, Ted Cruz, the senator. Let me clear something. You might be hearing a couple of propaganda going around. Oh no, this is going to bring sanction and more difficulties for the Nigerian people. Do not pay attention to that. If that is going to be the outcome of this mission, as a Catholic priest, I will not be part of it. I'm Reverend Father Augustine Odimegwa. I am telling the Nigerian community for a fact, this is primarily aimed at checkmating the high-level political individuals who are sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. And I want to let you know that that is why they are running around, helter-skelter, trying to figure out how to stop it. But God is in control, because basically what it means is that many of them, they are going to lose their visa status, coming to America, even parts of Europe. Many of them who have assets in America and Europe and all parts of the world, they are running the risk of losing all their assets, bank accounts, properties, houses, and all that. They are running the risk. So long as you are identified as one of those who are perpetuating this genocide against Christians in the past 10 years, once you are identified as an individual, you are running the risk of losing everything you have overseas. And we'll continue to fight until we fix Nigeria. If we cannot fix Nigeria, we work for the disintegration of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
My name is Dr. Sylvester Onya, President of AVID. The whistleblower in this is Nnamdi Kanu. She started talking about the jihadists, the Fulanis, coming over to take and displace the indigenous people of Nigeria. Well, nobody paid him heed. The only thing they're interested in doing is charging him to court. For no offense, he have committed nothing. So this coming Tuesday, we are very much aware of what have been fired, and the world is watching. We are watching. United States is watching. So Honorable Justice Omotosho should do the rightful thing. We encourage him to follow the rule of law. You cannot charge a man for nothing and expect to do something with it. You cannot use a repealed law to judge any human being. You cannot do double jeopardy on any human being. You cannot extraordinarily rendition somebody from another country, Kenya, to Nigeria and want to profit from it. Illegality cannot yield anything. So nobody is stupid these days. We will fight, and just as we have won on the CPC designation, we will win the case of Nnamdi Kanu, and you need to set him free and bring peace to normal human beings in Nigeria. Concentrate on dealing with the people that are decimating everybody, people that are trying to kill off Christians, and leave people that want to live a normal life. You cannot benefit anything from that. And we're equal to the task. And we encourage every Nigerian to stand behind Nnamdi Kanu to get and demand for his unconditional release this coming Tuesday. Period. We are sick and tired of everyday adjournment, shenanigan court. There's nothing working. We should be worrying about development of the nation, not xenophobia in the Igbos, not attacking the Igbo markets, businesses. Enough of this nonsense. It must come to an end.
Has no name. Nigeria means nothing in Igbo language. It doesn't mean anything in Ibibio language. It means nothing in Ijo language. It means nothing in Efik. It means nothing in Urobo. It means nothing in Ishekiri. It means nothing in Edo. It means nothing in Yoruba. It means nothing in Hausa. It means nothing in Tiv language. It means nothing. Nigeria is a name given to people in Africa by a European man. It is not your name. Can anybody tell us who formed Hausa? Can anybody tell us who formed Yoruba? Can anybody tell us who formed Fulani? They grew as a result of an organic process. When man tampers with the work of God, the nonsense happening in the zoo is what you receive.
No. When you take the history of Nigeria, from the very beginning, when we were amalgamated, to the very beginning we became a nation, we got it altogether wrong. You bring in people of different culture, different beliefs, different socialization, different milieu, different outlooks, merge them together by force to form a nation.
Yes. Thank you very much. Comes back to her because she said no other person.
It is not possible. It's not possible. This persecution of the Igbo people, this orchestrated, almost global persecution of the people, stops with me. It cannot happen. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we are facing. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yes. Thank you very
They
much.
are serving under their flag, one Nigeria, and the Arabic inscription, or should I say the motto of Ottoman Danfodio, to tell you how foolish Nigerians are. You don't know that the Nigerian emblem, the army emblem of Nigeria, is the motto of Ottoman Danfodio that he used to conquer Hausa people. You don't know that it is there. That's what they're using. You're fighting under the banner of your country. It's not possible. It's not possible. This persecution of the Igbo people, this orchestrated, almost global persecution of the people, stops with me. It cannot happen. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we are facing. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less.
The White House Post quotes President Trump's October 31, 2025, statement designating Nigeria a country of particular concern for religious freedom, citing thousands of Christians killed by radical Islamists and calling for immediate congressional investigation into the mass slaughter. This addresses documented persecution, with Open Doors reporting Nigeria accounts for nearly 70% of global Christian murders in 2024, over 4,000 deaths, primarily by Boko Haram and Fulani militants, displacing 5 million and destroying 9,100 churches. Reactions split along lines of support from U.S. conservatives like Senator Ted Cruz praising the action, Nigerian government denials of targeted genocide, and critics highlighting perceived U.S. inconsistencies in Middle East policies. The Secretary Rubio's post endorses President Trump's designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern for religious freedom, highlighting the slaughter of thousands of Christians by radical Islamists and Fulani militias, with Open Doors reporting over 5,000 Christian deaths in 2024 alone amid escalating jihadist violence. The statement references Trump's directive to Congress for investigation, potentially leading to U.S. sanctions or aid restrictions, as urged by Representative Riley Moore and Senator Ted Cruz, building on Nigeria's long-standing status as the global epicenter of Christian martyrdom per International Christian Concern data.
Dear friends and lovers of freedom, welcome to Biafra Battle Cry TV, under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB leader. Be part of history, every voice matters. Watch as everyday Nigerians speak truth to power and rally behind the hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu Now movement.